Come on, Dennis. Why you good looking? Oh, not there. Oh, Dennis, man. What a start of the video. Dirty Dennis. Right, guys. I'm in a bad mood. And when I'm in a bad mood, this is the walk I like to do to chill myself out. You know what I'm talking about. So welcome back to the Blot Outdoor Show, Mandingos, and thank you for joining me on another Friday night video, the old video gaga, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm smiling, but I am in a little bit of a bad mood. I've got no car to use. The car is at the garage. There's nothing wrong with it, guys. It's not broke down or anything. I'm going to explanation, mad for it. I'm going to explain that to you in a few seconds. I couldn't even borrow Mrs. Blot's car because she's at work, and then after that she's got to take someone to a hospital appointment. So yeah, I've got no car today, so I haven't been able to get out and about like what I was going to do. Today I was either going to go to either Horton and Hetton, a bit like last week's video when I did Merton and Easington Lane, or I was going to go to Wall's End. I haven't made my mind up which one I was going to do yet. I normally like to make my mind up in the last minute, just to keep things a little bit exciting, if you know what I'm talking about. Come on, Dennis. But yeah, I handed my car in yesterday to Stratstone Garage, which is on the A690 between Sunderland and Oatenley Spring. The story is Mrs. Blot has been buying one of them tent boxes to go on the roof of the Blotmobile, so herself and my son Preston can come and join me on some camping trips. Not real camping on top of a car, but it's an extra thing for the Blot Outdoor Show. It's not actually a bad idea, plus it gets me family joining in for like the midweek wild camping adventures. We took it somewhere last week, a local garage that I trust, to get some rails put across, you know, so the tent box can fit in the top. But for whatever reason, the roof of my car just wasn't compatible. It didn't have like the rails, it didn't have any slots in, it didn't have any sluts, matron, to put the fixings on or whatever they're called. So I basically got told I need to take it to a proper like Land Rover dealers. So that's what I've done yesterday. It was booked in 10 o'clock yesterday morning at Stratstone Garage, and they said it could be an all day. I might not get it back until 5 p.m. 7 hours. Surely that's long enough to put a couple of rails on the top. As I got near to closing time, or bear in mind it's going to cost £600 as well just to get these roof bar things put on. Hey, God, I know. Absolute rip-off, isn't it? So, yeah, I got a phone call from the garage. I'm boring you now, mind, with a long story. When they went to do it, where they were going to screw it into, or whatever it is they were going to do, it was all like rusted and corroded, because all that was there was like 2 plastic strips, and they've took them off. Come on, Dennis. And it was all like rusted and corroded, so they said they're going to need more time. So then I couldn't pick the car up until this morning now, Friday morning. And because it's going to take more time, they want another £204 off us. What? Obviously I've told them I'm not happy about that. Was the 7 hours not long enough that they had the car for yesterday before they closed? And now they need more time just to put a couple of bars on. Yes, it's rusted and corroded, but bloody hell. Anyway, I've had no choice. I've got to say, well, crack on with the old job, dingo. I will complain again when I go back down to pick it up. Anyway, they're still on with it now. I still haven't got my car back now. And I've had to come out. It's 12 o'clock now. Dinner time or lunch time, the old lunch in Gladbach. Still got no car. waiting to get told, is it going to cost even more? I don't know. Have they come across another problem and they're saying it's going to cost more money? They're definitely getting no morphers. Yeah. So, what a bugger. A bugger me backwards, as they say in the gay bars of San Francisco. So that's put me in a bit of a bad mood, guys. So I'm going on a local walk. I basically come out my front door, going to go all the way down this, which will take me down to the seafront at Ryop. This is like an old disused railway line. Yeah, then we're going to take a mooch along to Seaham. If the tide's out, we can go across the beach. If not, we'll have to get on the cliff top. We'll walk through Seaham, across the seafront, up through the housing estates. I'm moving my head here because I've got no spare hand to use. I've got hold of the dog. And then we'll go through like a nice bit of a country walk. I'll show you where I come out when I'm angry. You know, me and Mrs. Block might have been having words. I could just be in one of them moods where you're like, oh, I need to get out on a long dog walk and go me, you know, me happy place where I can chill out and get in my own thoughts. I think you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, let's get mooching and Zealand and gooching. Obviously I'll keep bringing you back along the way. You never know who we're going to bump into. We might not bump into anyone because I'm not walking around any town centres or anything today. So what we will do is we'll have a bit chat about the good, the bad and the ugly of YouTube and social media in general. So come on then, let's get crack-a-lacking. How are Dennis? Hello mate, you alright? Alright. Sell us your bike. Come on Dennis. Yes guys, so I said we're going to talk about the good, the bad and the ugly on social media. Probably mainly YouTube I'm going to talk about because like that's what I do. I make YouTube videos. But yeah, we'll talk about Facebook as well because I think nearly everyone's on Facebook. Although I rarely post anything on Facebook now. I made a post a few weeks ago when Sunderland were at Wembley and they won in the final in the playoffs, and then I went camping with my son afterwards. I think that was the first time I'd posted anything on Facebook for like nearly 2 years. So what I'm going to do is we'll leave the good till last, so we'll finish on a positive note. Positation. Mad for it. I think I've just made that up, haven't I? There's no such word as there as positation. If there is, I've just made a new word up. Or if there isn't, I've just made a new word up, I should say. Why, I'm some lyrical genius. Yeah, so we'll start off with the bad. We'll go into the ugly. Uglier than Dennis's brown eye. And then we'll finish off with the good. Right, there's a guy walking towards us here. So I might bring you back in a few Slacondas. In fact, no, let's just carry on talking. So the bad side about social media is... Aye, mate, how you doing? I was talking to you last time I was out mooching, wasn't I? You were, I'm actually recording now, like. While I see you, actually. I didn't want to be. Well, you're on shot, mate, while I'm recording, so I'll carry on walking if you don't want to be on shot. There you go. People stop you when you're recording and then they say they don't want to be in shot. That's just the way it goes, man, dingoes. I'm not going to stop talking if they don't want to be in the old video gaga. Yeah, I was talking to him last time I was out on the walk, but I wasn't recording at the time, so we stood and had a bit crack on for 5 minutes. What was I saying? Starting off with the bad. So yeah, like Facebook, every time I go on, people are just taking photographs of the food when they're out in a restaurant. Like, what possesses people? What actually possesses you? You've gone out for a meal with your missus or your girlfriend or your pals. Just eat your fucking food. Sorry for swearing, guys. What do you need to take a photo of it for? Do you really think people are going to scroll through and going, oh, look what he's eating. Look what the Mandingo's eating for his tea. I mean, you're going to call me a hypocrite because I'm on YouTube making all these videos. Plus, I'll be honest, I'll be totally honest. We've probably all been guilty of doing it at some point. I'll hold my hands up. Yeah, we've all been guilty at some point of doing it. But you know what I mean, don't you? It's the same people all the time, doing it all the time. Doing it once in a while, yeah, but not all the time, if you know what I'm talking about. Got some more people coming up here, so I'll bring you back in a couple of slicondas. Hi, you alright? How are you, Dennis? Yeah, just keep the camera rolling. Yeah, people get obsessed as well, don't they? Definitely lasses, when they see beautiful women with perfect figures, or what's supposed to be perfect figures on YouTube, and they'll on Facebook or wherever, and they'll beat themselves up about it, and you put yourself down. Or you see people going off on the fancy holidays. Look, just be happy with what you've got. I'm telling you now, there'll be somebody worse off than you, and that's 100% guaranteed. If you've got your health, and even if you can just get away on a little cheap caravan holiday, you make the best of a bad situation, and you just get on with it, because there's always somebody worse off. And that's one thing I hate about social media. And you've heard me talk about bragging bastards, but like, people's not really bragging, are they? If them are out and they can afford it and they're doing this, that and the other, why can't they put things on Facebook what they're doing? So yeah, are they bragging? No, maybe not. They're just showing you what them are doing, but it can easily make you feel less privileged, and you can beat yourself up and put yourself down for it. Anyway, there's a bunch of kids down here, so I'll definitely bring you back in a minute. Right guys, just walking down here, and I can hear some of these little legends saying, no way, that's not blot, is it? It is blot, lads. How you staying? Aye, out on a nice little bike ride today. Yeah. You not got a bike, like? Running? Oh, that's the style. Keep yourself fit, lad. Get out running. You know it makes sense. Right, just before I press record, they were saying, can we get a photo taken with you? So I'm going to get a photo taken with these young legends, and then we'll carry on walking and talking shite. Do you want to give a rights for YouTube, lads? Rights. 2 rights. So there you go. Why, I'm some Brad Pitt. Why, I'm some Tom Cruise. Just had me photo taken with all them little Mandingos. We'll go off now on a bike ride. One of them's jogging. Little legend. Yeah, so another thing that's bad, and this is like about YouTube. I mean, this doesn't bother me, but it's bad as in other YouTubers might let it get to them. They might be a bit more sensitive than me. I think you can tell that I'm not really a sensitive guy. I'm a man's man. Aye. The shitty arse nasty comments you get. I almost welcome it to a certain extent. I love a bit banter. I love it if I get like a shitty arse comment off someone, and then you give it back. But that's the bad side of it then. You'll normally find most of these absolute wankers that want to give you a bit shit, they don't want to get it back. So you give them it back, and then they start threatening you, saying, I'm going to report you and get your channel taken down. Boo hoo hoo, you little soy boy. Oh, sitting in your mum's spare bedroom in your underpants eating a Greggs sausage roll, getting all upset just because you get a little bit shit back. I had it last week on the live chat when my videos go on. There's like a premiere, so it's not live, but there's like a live chat going on. Some absolute melt. I'm forgetting what he was talking about, but he was slavering on about something. So I give him a little bit shit back. Nothing bad. I just said, like, I said, why you good looking, or why you bonny? And then started coming back saying, I've reported you. Get yourself back in the factory, you alcoholic. I hope you can get your job back in the factory. I'm going to get your YouTube channel taken down. See what I mean? These are the absolute wet wipes you've got to deal with on a daily basis as well. So, yeah, There's a little bit slaver on about Facebook. I mean, this is just my personal opinion, you know. You don't have to agree with this. And there's a million more things I can moan about. My wife says I'm getting like Victor Meldrew as I'm getting older. I don't believe it. Just give you a look at that there. Do you know what I mean, guys? She says, is that all you do, sit and moan? But when I have a bit more, and I like to do it in a funny way, I like to laugh, and I like to take the piss. But some people just can't handle when you retaliation. They kind of take it back. They kind of take it Roger Black, if you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah. If I think of anything else in a few Winnie Mandelas, I'll bring you back. And we'll talk about some more bad things on social media before we go on to the ugly side of it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to continue walking with Dennis. This will take us down to Riot Beach. I've done the beach walk around Sunderland, didn't I, a few weeks ago, and then I went that way up the north beaches of Sunderland. We're going to head south down to Seaham. I'll bring you back as we're walking down to Riot Beach. Right on! Come on, Dennis. Let's get over, son. Riot Village. Dang! How are Dennis? How are you tangling us up, man? Daft dog. Alright, mate. Dennis, man, move. This bloody daft dog. If I've got the lead in this hand, he wants to be on my left. If I've got the lead in my left hand, he wants to be on the right. Why, he's well trained. Sells his application into Crufts. Yeah, so, oh, I forgot to say, we will get something to eat and do a bit of a takeaway review on this video. As we're walking through Seaham, there's a place I used to go to when I was a school kid, when I was a little skid, and at lunchtime, or dinner time we call it here, not lunchtime. We used to go to this fish and chip shop. There was two I used to go to, but this was one of them, and it's the same guy that owns it now. I think it's the same guy. We used to get this special. I don't know what's special about it. It's just a chip butty with gravy and a battered sausage, but it's always lovely. And I do still pop in every now and again. He hasn't got a clue that I've got a YouTube channel or anything like that. I'll get something else to go with it. We're not going to be walking along the sand. When the tide's out, you can get down and you can get all the way around the edge of the cliffs, the old cliff lichets. So we're going to have to go up here and walk along the edge of reason, looking at Dennis's rusty sheriff's badge. So yeah, more bad things about social media. Now, I don't go out drinking in pubs, but Mrs. Block works in a pub, and I do often pop in for a nice black cock. Sorry guys, slip of the tongue. Black coffee, sorry about that, and sorry about the wind noise. Yeah, it's a bit windy. What I notice is people go out to a pub and they're sitting with their phones, and they kind of keep the eyes off the phone. You've gone out the house to go into a pub to socialise with people, and it's just a terrible habit, isn't it? Now, I'm not knocking anyone for that. I'm guilty of doing it in the house. You know, when you think to yourself, right, I need to put my phone down, I'm sick. I keep looking at it. I've been on my phone for 3 hours. You put your phone down, and within 5 minutes, you're picking it back up without even realising. Damn you, Mrs. Blood! You racist pig! Ah! Do you know what I mean, guys? It's a disease, isn't it? Dennis, this side, you just can't help yourself. And when people are at the football match, I'm just talking about my personal experiences here, guys. So you don't have to believe a word I say or take any notice of what I say. You know, if like you're watching Match of the Day or you're watching like a live football match on the telly and someone scores a goal and like more than half the people, instead of jumping up and down, yes, and being in the moment, they've got their phones out recording it. Yes, I know, I've done it for the Wembley game with Sunderland. I was making a video for YouTube, but in general, I just wouldn't do that. You want to be living the moment, the excitement. People do it all the time. Kind of going into the ugly now. I'll do one thing now on the ugly. And this is really ugly, it's really bad. It just popped in my head there. So I want to say it now before I forget. I can remember 20 odd years ago in Sunderland city centre. A lad crossed the road without looking. He'd obviously had a good night, a few alcoholic beverages, and he got knocked over off a taxi. The taxi wasn't even going fast either. I think the taxi must have only been going 10 mile an hour, 15 mile an hour. And the lad was still under the car, his legs was under the car, and the top half of his body was sticking out. And I can remember these bunch of lasses walking past, taking photos and videoing. I can remember the doorman, the bouncers who were stood outside like the pub next, them chased the girls away. They were like, fucking move, get out. Do you know what I mean? They were really angry with the young lasses and they were laughing and giggling and videoing it. I mean, can you blame that on social media? Well, what else are they going to record it for, take a photo for? They must have been going to put it on their Facebook. They'll not realise how bad it was going to get. We found it a few days later. The poor lad died, he passed away, and people were videoing him. What goes through people's minds? Sorry if I'm boring you guys. I'm just out making this vlog. I don't really like calling them vlogs, but it is a bit of a vlog today, isn't it? A walk and talk vlog while I've got no car. So sorry, not sorry that I haven't travelled to a different town today for a mooch around, but because of my dedication, mad for it, to you legends, I'm still getting out now and making a video for you legends to watch on YouTube on Friday night. Yeah, so I'm going to continue my walk for a bit longer. We've now got into the ugly side. Why I'm Bonnie. The ugly side of social media, whether it's YouTube or Facebook. Yeah, so stick around guys, but we will finish on a positive note with the good stuff. Let's try and bring it back when we're getting out the wind. You know it makes total sense. Come on Dennis, shake that little booty. Come on Dennis. Good dog. Oh, the heavens have opened guys. I was already in a bad mood. Grrr. The rain's not going to help. I'm only joking. I'm actually starting to feel a lot better. And that just goes to show you guys, get out and about, go for a little walk, whatever it is that's bugging you. I mean, I'm only joking, you know. I'm not really in a bad mood. Obviously, I'm not happy. My car's been in the garage now. By the time I get it back today, that'll be like 2 days it's been in the garage just to get some roof bars on. £607 it was supposed to cost, and then because they've said they need more time to figure out what to do, putting some roof bars on, they want an extra £200. Unbelievable. Obviously I'm a bit pissed off about that, but not enough for it to put us in a really bad mood. I'm in a little bit of a mood, but getting out and doing this really does help. So yeah, a little bit of a positive message there guys. When you're just sitting in the house on the couch dwelling on things, it makes things worse, doesn't it? And when you're sitting looking on social media instead of getting out and about in the great outdoors like what I'm doing, and I haven't had to come far, I've basically walked out my front door and just walking around local, makes you feel a million times better. So yeah, there's a couple of young'uns up ahead there, so we'll turn the camera off and I'll bring you back further along the track. You better believe it. Come on, guys. Wow. Wowzer. Rooney. I just held back there and let them, you know, when I said there was a couple of young'uns further up, well, they weren't really young, they looked like they were in their early 20s. I thought it was a lad and a lass. They were just around this area, just here. And so I hung back and they looked at us like all nervous and scuttled off. The first one did, and then the second one came out with like this light grey tracksuit on, and he was pulling like his tracky bottoms up. And then, you know, I'm a man of the world, it doesn't take much to work things out. I think they'd been having a little bit, do you know what I mean? And then as I looked further, it was only two lads, wasn't it? It was two lads having a big bum fun. Look at, hiya. It's not for me to criticise and say don't do this and don't do that, but I mean, how we're doing it there. This is a public footpath. My wife could have been out with my granddaughters walking down there, and the last thing they want to see is that from two hobo sapiens. So yeah, I'm not here to judge. I couldn't give a shit what you are, but I mean, shit, I think I'm catching up with them. I'll let them walk a bit further, and then I'll bring you back further along the track. That's the second time I've said that now. Dennis, why you good looking? Hey mate, do us a favour. If I ask you really nicely, is there any chance you'll sell us your famous moles? Oh, why? Suit yourself. This way, Dennis. Good dog. So there we go then, folks. Down at the seafront at Seaham in County Durham. This is the town where I'm from. Let's get this hood off. It was blowing a gale plat up on the cliff tops, and I was worried about losing my hat. But this is my town, guys. Sunderland's my city. It's where I've lived the last 20 years. But this is my town, Seaham. Yeah, let's continue with the ugly. Now, I can't repeat everything that's been said to us and emailed to us, because I'll get Antonio Bandingoed off YouTube. Plus, I can't go through everything, the good, the bad and the ugly. The video will be 10 hours long if I wrote everything down and tried to tell you everything. So this is like unplanned, unscripted. I'm just like talking off the top of my head as I'm walking and talking shite, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I've had people, this one was pretty bad, like I thought this was bad. I don't understand why someone would do it. And once again, it went in the live chat on one of my videos. Luckily it was right at the very start. I think it might have even been just before the video started, but the live chat is already on. Someone put me address on, me full address and postcode of where I live. I seen it straight away, and I removed it and I blocked the person. And I just thought, what an absolute knobhead, whoever that is. And that's the dangerous thing, isn't it? You don't know who it is. It could be someone that lives a few doors up the road from you that's jealous because the YouTube channel's doing well. There's nothing to be jealous about me, guys. I've got a face a dog wouldn't lick, a big fat hairy spotty arse, and basically there's just nothing special about me. I'm just very lucky to do this as my job, and I certainly don't give the big one about it. So I can't understand why someone would do that. But there you go. 99% of people, 95% of people are good people, but there's always a few wankers, isn't there? I had some guy before emailing us. I think he was in America or something. Just by his writing, calling us dude. Unless he was bluffing and he was English and he was just writing dude, so I thought he was from America. And he was giving us advice, do this, do that. But it was things that I just don't want to do in my videos. So I had a bit joke on with him, and I just says, look at me, like, thanks for the advice and I appreciate you watching my videos, but it's not for me, I don't want to do that. Then he got a little bit arsey. I can't remember what he said, this was like a good year ago. But he got a bit arsey with us, and I replied back with something typical of what I say and what Cowboy Chris says and young Chris. And I just said, why I'm bothered, ha ha ha, and put like a laughing face emoji. Then he turned really nasty, sent us a really long paragraph, calling me worse than shite, going to get my YouTube channel taken down, that old chestnut, calling Mrs. Blott some awful names, saying she's shagged the whole of Sunderland, and some more like vile things which I can't repeat. He even went as far as calling me son. Yeah. Hi, you alright? So, like, he really went over the top. Now, am I going to say I'm perfect? No, I'm not. Have I made mistakes in the past? Of course I have. I've done things, and I've said things I shouldn't have done and I shouldn't have said, because I'm a human being just like you. Will I make mistakes in the future? Yes, I will, because I'm a human being just like you. And we're programmed that way, aren't we? We all make mistakes, and anyone that says they doesn't is probably just a lying bastard. Do you know what I mean? But because I'm like on YouTube now and the channel's getting more popular, you can imagine, yeah, you might get 1,000 nice comments, but you can get 10 vile ones, and that is the really ugly side. I've had people saying they're going to come to my house. Someone sent us an email telling us where my address is. Basically said, watch your back every time you come out of your house. Be looking over your shoulder. Things to that effect. Like I say, I can't go too far and say too much, because YouTube's very strict when it comes to talking about violence and things like that. But you can imagine the things that got said. You know, baseball bat to the old kneecaps, threats like that. And for what? Because I'm making camping videos, and I might give you a cheeky reply back if you give me a shitty message. So what I find now is, if I do get any shitty ass messages, I normally just block the person straight away. Call me a snowflake, I don't give a shit. It's not that I'm bothered about a nasty message, it's just I haven't got time to be replying to these people. And then when you do, and you try and have a bit of a joke back, then they can turn it against you, and they can find out where you live. I mean, am I scared? Am I shite? I can look after myself, but it's my wife, my son, my grandkids. I don't want some idiots coming to my house because they can't handle a joke, or they've just decided they don't like us because I'm doing pretty good on YouTube. So that's the downside of the thing, guys. Anyway, I'm going to make my way up to the takeaway now because time's ticking, and I think it shuts in about 50 minutes. So yeah, we'll get the food, we'll do some serious Borussia Mönchengladbach, and then aye mate, alright, and then we'll continue the walk and talk after we've had some scrandingo, mandingos, you better believe it. I'm hoping it's going to be open, guys, the takeaway. Station Road Chippy. It says on Google it closes at 2:30, and it's just after 2 o'clock now. I might not get there till about 2:10, and sometimes places shut early, don't they, if they've had a quiet day, or they might say they're not cooking anything else, so I'll have to get a move on. Me and my mate Robbie Bird, he was like my best mate in the factory when I used to work there. We used to work right next to each other, and we used to have a right laugh together. I think he still watches the videos now and again, and he's in the fans group on Facebook. If you're watching, Robbie, you're a legend. We used to have this little joke about the guy who runs the place. Doesn't matter how many times you go, like you've been going for years, and the bloke does the same thing every time. So you'll say, I want a chip butty and gravy, or it's a special with gravy because you get a sausage with it. Special with gravy, and as he goes to put the gravy on, because you've got the gravy and the curry and the peas, he always turns around and says, "Did you say gravy?" or "Did you say curry?" or whatever you asked. So I don't know if I can get him on camera doing it, but we'll try. "Did you say gravy?" It can. Buswankers. Right guys, the fish and chip shop, Station Road Chippy's just round the corner. Fingers crossed it's open. We shall see. But once again, I haven't got permission to record, so I'll point the camera down. I don't want to just shove it in the guy's face. Sorry, I've got the dog, mate. I don't want to tie him up in case he runs off. Can I have a special with gravy? And what else have you got ready then, mate? I'll have them both. I'm doing a little bit of a takeaway review for my YouTube channel, like, so I've got the camera rolling, but I haven't put the camera on yet. Well, there you go, this legend doesn't care.
Hey, gravy on this.
Gravy eye, please, mate. Class. You see gravy? Station Road Chippy, guys. I've been coming here since I was at school. You've had it a long time now, haven't you, mate?
4 years, about 30 years.
30 years? When did I leave school? About 31 years ago, yeah. He's had it a long time, guys.
Especially with being a pound there, wasn't it?
God, I remember when they were £1 odd. Still not a bad price now though, mate. £4 for a chip butty and gravy with a battered sausage. I'll have them both, aye. I'm a hungry man, dingo. There you go then, guys, absolutely fantastic. Have you got a bag as well, mate? And I'll have a can of iron brew, please. You know it makes sense, guys. Right then, I'm going to pay for this grand dingo. When I bring you back, we'll be sitting down somewhere and we'll be getting stuck right in. You know it makes sense. So there you go then, guys, we've got the Scrandingo. We just need to find somewhere down the road to get stuck in, try and get out the wind, and looks like the rain is starting again. £10.50, that's came to all together. That's for a chip butty with gravy on, a small battered sausage, battered beef burger, what else was it? Corned beef patty, I think it was, and a can of iron brew. £10.50, that's what I'm talking about, guys. A local chippy, nothing flash about the place. They don't do pizzas and kebabs and all that carry on. Just a proper old school fish and chip shop with a legend working there. And didn't I tell you he was going to do that? I said special with gravy, and then as he went up he turned round. Do you want gravy on that? Did you see gravy? Fantastic. My mate Robbie Bird will absolutely love that. Yes, Robbie lad. Right, when I bring you back, we'll be getting stuck in to this Scrandingo. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, Dennis, why are you good looking? Right guys, let's just plonk my arse down here somewhere. Yeah, we'll set the camera up on these rocks and we'll sit on the other one. Yeah, it's windy, so apologies for any wind noise during the food review. Time to get stuck in. Yeah, this fat lad's worked up a good hunger as I've been walking around. When I finish this food, I'm going to pop to my mum and dad's house. It's only a 10-minute walk away from here. So we'll pop my mum and dad's out and get a quick slash Gordon, and Dennis can get a nice drink of water. Right, let's get this food eaten. Right on. Yes guys, here we go. I've sat down on this curb here. I'm hoping that these big boulders block out the wind noise. It's not the best place to sit and do a takeaway review. Dennis, move. Dennis wants in on the food. Oh, you bugger. Corned beef patty first. Let's dive in. I don't know if that's a corned beef or a cheese patty. That's a cheese patty, that. Still alright. Not something I would normally order. Mrs. Block would get this, the cheese patty. quite tasty. Cheese, onion, potato. Poor Dennis has given it the eyeball. Nice and tasty, even though I wouldn't normally order this. Good boy, Dennis. Now we have a battered burger. Crunchy batter. He was just about to close as well. So I'm getting the last of the stuff that might have been lying around a bit. I love a battered burger from a fish and chip shop. Oh, there's me rubbish just blown over there. I'll pick it up in a minute, guys. Want some batter, Dennis? Good dog. If I'm going to be brutally honest, it's a little bit dry, but that's only because it was closing time and I'm getting the last of the stuff. He said off camera at the end when I pressed stop on the old camaraderie, he said, "You got lucky there, mate." He went, "I was just about to close and that was the last of the stuff that was left." Yeah. Dry, but tasty. Good boy. Not bad, I'm certainly not complaining. This here where I'm sitting, at dinner time at school, there used to always be an ice cream van here in my school. It's just over there. We'll walk past it soon. Not that there's anything to say. It's all been pulled down now, and I think they're going to build new houses there soon. There's been a new school built along the road. Good boy, Dennis. There you go. Dennis likes it. I'm just over the moon to get something from there. Plus, I wanted to go in and see if he still did the thing where you see chip butty and gravy, and then he turns around at the end. Did you say gravy, mate? Oh, yes. Go on, Dennis, bro. I'm brew, made from girders. Move, Dennis. Now it's time. Move, Dennis. It's time for the main shit stain. Dennis, move. I'll give you some in a minute. He's getting confident on camera now, guys, Dennis. He wants to be in on the action. Oh, yes. So we have chip butty and gravy with a battered sausage. Move, Dennis. I'll share the sausage with Dennis, but we'll have to let that cool down for a minute. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about, folks. A good old traditional English chip butty with gravy on. This is going to get messy and Bessie. Them chips are piping hot. The gravy's nice and tasty. It's always good from there, guys, these chip butties.
You can hear the guy in the fish and chip shop. Lovely fella. Didn't mind being on camera. 31 years he's had that place, or 30 years did he say it? So he must be doing something right if he's had it that long. Sorry Dennis, I don't think you like chips, son. Do you want a chip? No, no, it might have been a bit hot for him. Sorry guys, my fault. Air matron, that's the fox. What can I say? What can you say about the chip butty and gravy? It's so basic, but if it's done right, it's absolutely fantastic. Oh. Plenty of gravy on, nice fresh bun, stuffed with lovely chips. The chips are always perfect from there. Good dog, aren't you? Good dog. I don't want to get hairs on my food, son. Yeah. The perfect chip butty, guys. The absolute perfect chip butty. Good dog, aren't you? Good dog. My two smaller pugs, you've seen them on the videos. The two little black blokes. Dennis is the dad of them two pugs. Spot on, folks. Cheese patty was tasty, even though I don't normally order a cheese patty. I think it was a cheese patty. The burger was a bit dry, but it was nice and tasty, and Dennis enjoyed it. And as usual, the chip butty and gravy is perfect from there. And some bread, Dennis. It's getting windier and windier. And we've still got more walking to do. Yeah, like I said, after this I'm going to quickly pop to my parents' house and then we'll continue the walk. Shh, what's that? Oh, what did the fox say? And then, yeah, we'll do some more talking. We'll talk about the good things about social media. Move, Dennis. So I've got a few more chipperoonies left. We've got a battered sausage. That's what Dennis has got his eyes on. The batter's all soggy now off the gravy. But I don't mind that. Move, Dennis. It's nice though, isn't it, when the batter's been crispy and then it's been soaked in gravy and goes nice and soft. How about Dennis? Yeah. Yeah, son. Yeah. Good dog. There you go. Two happy. Two happy customers here, guys. The man didn't go, and Dennis, the dog, didn't go. Is that nice, Dennis? Yeah. Dennis is happy. I'm happy. Let's wrap the scores up, folks. Go on, move. Value for money. Definitely. £10.50 for all that and a can of pop. Can't complain. Portion size, spot on. Obviously not massive. Just the perfect size chip butty, small sausage, and the patty and the burger. It is what it is, that's the size of them. Move, Dennis. Food quality. The chippy and gravy, spot on. It always is from there. Like I said, the burger was a bit dry, but it was nice and tasty. Dennis enjoyed it. And the patty, that wasn't dry. That was nice and fresh and moist. Amazing. And also tasty. So all in all, weighing everything up, fantastic customer service, amazing price. Move, Dennis. Good quality food. I'm going to give it a solid 8.8. Yeah, that's a brilliant. Oh, Dennis is dying to get in a shot here. There you go, Dennis. Oh, then come here, gonna cuddle. He's a good dog, isn't he? That's an 8.8 from this Mandingo for Station Road Chippy in the town of Seaham. Yeah, right. Gotta go to your nana's? My mum's? Come on then. I'll bring you back in a Winnie Mandela. Right. This way, Dennis. Right, folks, so this is the site of my old school, Seaham Comprehensive School. I finished here in 1994. Obviously it's all been bulldozed now, and more than likely they're going to build new houses on it. Yep, that's where I went and learnt absolutely nothing. And then I went to college for 2 years and learnt absolutely nothing, and I spent another 30 years working in jobs just above minimum wage, scraping a living I should say, having to go out and clean skid marks off people's toilets, greasy ovens for a few extra pennies. So any of you young'uns watching, yeah, you might be bored of your mum and dad saying it, but really stick in at school, stick in at college and learn something. I'm getting lucky with what I'm doing now, but life has been a struggle. Anyway, Howie, that's enough of me born the living daylights out here. Come on, Dennis, let's get a drink of water off your nana. Right guys, I've just came out with mum and dad's. I didn't want to get them on camera or get the house on camera, and I'm just about to walk up past the factory I used to work in, and look who's just passed.
Why are you good looking?
The king of swing.
You doing a video?
Are you doing it? Aye.
I thought you were just going for a little toddle about.
My car's at the garage getting some of them roof bars on.
Right.
Because our lass, Mrs. Blott, has bought one of them tent box things. So
What is it? Is it actual tent box or
aye, it's from the company tent box.
Bloody hell, flash bugger.
Posh, you know what I mean?
Posh,
I've
aye.
changed guys, you know what I
Like
mean?
you've started wearing Burgos. Oh, I'm sick of that, like, it's taking me friggin' ages.
So aye, but so my car's at that Stony Gate garage, whatever it is.
Oh, right, yes.
Forgetting what it's called now, it's changed its name. It's taken ages to do it, like.
Are there?
So Mrs. Blott needed her car earlier on.
Yes.
So I've just came out mine. It's Silksworth. Came down to Riot Beach, along to Seaham.
What?
Aye. Through Northley. I've
walk
just, been to Station Road Chippy for me food. Done a bit of a takeaway review.
Takeaway review.
Popped my mum's there so the dog can get a drink of water.
Aye.
And then I'm going to go back up and round up through Burden Village.
Yes, aye. All the
And
way
back to
back
mine.
now.
A big long walk. And as
Kinda
I'm
long
talking, as I'm walking, I'm talking shite and
Where?
talking about the good and bad things about social media.
Aye,
Just
the
something to
social
talk
media's
about.
toxic, like, and it has its uses, as I've found. You can get a better reach for good things, but there's a lot of bad things.
Reach
as well.
around.
A good reach
Do a
around.
good reach around, can't you?
I'm going to the lakes tomorrow.
There you go with.
Aye, lass.
Oh, he's in love now, man.
Yeah.
He's got a lovely girlfriend now.
Ullswater View campsite.
Oh, it's supposed to be nice there, like.
It's alright.
Alright.
Bit of a bank, like, but.
Might as well make a little video when you're there.
It's going to piss it down the whole time we're there, so.
Just have to stay indoors and.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Oh, when I was walking around earlier on, you know the dean between Seaham and Riot Beach?
Yes.
I was walking through there, and then I seen these two. I was telling my viewers, I cut the camera off because I didn't want to get them on camera, obviously.
Yeah.
Two lads bumming each other in the
Did you?
bushes. I should have recorded, shouldn't I? But
Each to their own, you know what I mean? Whatever floats your boat.
I'll get Antonio Bandingo off YouTube.
Whatever
if I
tickles
put
your
that
pickle
on.
at the end of the day, like.
We're not bothered, are we?
Nah. You can give
It's,
a job.
If everyone was the same, the world would be boring, wouldn't it?
The way I see it is everyone's entitled to do their own thing, and no one's entitled to turn around and tell anybody else what they should and shouldn't be doing. Obviously, I think it's when it encroaches on other people and you start telling people that they're wrong, that's when it becomes a problem, isn't it?
Well, that's it.
I'm open-minded as hell, I always have been, but it's one of them things, isn't it?
I've always said you've got to try everything once. That's the
Yes.
same, the gay bars of San Francisco.
It's exactly
Do you know
that,
what I mean?
yeah, exactly that.
So I'm going to get mooching, mate.
Well, I'm
'cause
going back to have a drink and do some music with my friend Tony anyway.
bit practice
Yeah.
for your band and that.
I was with my band last night, done a bit of music with them. So I've got more music to send you, so you're not using YouTube shitty music.
Good stuff, Mara.
you
So we'll
go.
start and get some of young Chris's music in my videos soon,
Yes.
and your videos as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Young
yeah.
Chris's channel, Yaka Travels. Check it out.
You know, it makes
You know,
sense.
makes sense. Well, I'll see you,
Right,
my man
see you
friend.
later, have a good time.
Enjoy your holiday with your lass.
Thank you very
and we'll
much.
get something arranged soon for another
Definitely
camp.
we need to get out, like.
Right on! That's my old factory there, guys, where I used to work. Come on then, let's get mooching, folks. I think there's a storm brewing. Yes, guys. Can you remember a few weeks ago when little Mick was out with us and he was smash burgered and he fell over, and when he stood up he had the wet patch on his trousers. That's where we were, over there, next to them trees and bushes. Little Mick is back out tomorrow with this Mandingo on another stealth camp. Well, up to now he is. Fingers crossed he doesn't drop out. So make sure you tune in on Sunday night. Right. When I bring you back, we'll have a bit crack on. Yeah, about the positive side of social media, the good things about it. Like I say, it's very windy, folks. So you're going to have to bear with us. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of wind noise. That might be a good thing, blocking out the noise of my annoying voice. Yeah. Right, I'm going to have a little puff. Air matron on me inhaler, guys. On me inhaler, because I've got asthma. I'll bring you Roger Black and a Neil Sedaka. Right. Come on. Where are you? Good boy, Dennis. Hey, mate. Hey, mate. Why the long face? Ha ha ha. Why I'm hilarious. Yes, Mandingos. Looks like I'm getting out the wind, hopefully. I can stay out the wind for a couple of minutes. All these trees and bushes are blocking it out the way. My mouth is as dry as a nun's snatcheroonie. Yeah. Yeah, what we're going to talk about, the good side of social media. I've been a right slavery bugger today, haven't I? All you've had to do is put it with me talking my ugly face. Hasn't been one of them videos where I'm walking around bumping into loads of people. But I'm glad in a way, because you don't want the same type of video every week, do you? It's good to mix it up. I mix it up with the camping videos, don't I? So it's good to mix it up with these Friday night videos as well. Anyway, back on track with what I'm talking about. My opinion, and opinions are like arseholes, guys. Everyone's got one. But from my personal experience, I think the good things on social media totally outweigh the bad things. Of course, there's going to be bad things and negative shit, but the good definitely outweighs the bad. So this is just going off my personal experience. You've just seen us, haven't you? Back there, stood outside the factory where I used to work at, talking to young Chris. He just finished work, and Robbie Bird, who I mentioned, who I used to work next to, and we had a great laugh together. Just before I got young Chris on camera, Robbie Bird was pulling out the car park. He was in the back of someone's car, and he waved at us and said, "Right." So you're seeing like your old workmates, and it's made us realise like how lucky I am. Because of social media, I've managed to get in a position and get out the factory. It's down to you guys as well for tuning in. Spank you very much. So that's a massive positive on a personal note for me. But not just that. Before my channel started doing well, before I ever thought I would ever make money or anything like that, because I was making the camping videos basically just for me to watch and a few other people. If the weather was shit, if I was feeling poorly, it gave us a reason to get out. Come on, Mandingo, get up, get off the couch, stop feeling sorry for yourself, snap into a good mood and get out in the great outdoors. And so because I had the YouTube channel, social media, that made me do that. Then you've got the total flip side of that. You've got people who only watch the YouTube videos. They might be disabled, they might not be in a position health-wise to get out in the great outdoors, or they might have enjoyed doing this kind of thing in the past, but for one reason or another, you know, their knees might be bugging now. They might just be at that age where they can't do it anymore. So watching like me, or Yaka Travels, Bonnie Lad Adventures, Paul Mesner, MCM Outdoors, Alan Metalman, all the other YouTube channels, Lundy's Wildcat and Bushcraft, it's all different types of outdoor stuff you can watch. That's their way to enjoy the outdoors, watching it through somebody else, if you know what I'm talking about. So social media is great for that as well. Then you've got like the community side to it. Like I say, 99.9% of the comments I get on my YouTube videos from everyone is fantastic. You've got the Facebook fans group, and then there's my Instagram as well. It's just a big community where everyone gets along. And before that, you know, before my YouTube channel, I was one of these people. I thought there was more arseholes than good people. Do you know where I'm coming from? But because of me YouTube and the Facebook thing and the Instagram thing, it's made us realise that no, 90% of people are good people. And even the 10% that are wankers, they might not be wankers all the time. I can be a wanker sometimes, you know. So it's made us realise that most people are good people. Like in my videos, for example, like I say, this is just me talking about my personal experience of social media. In the comment section you can tell no one's bothered. I'm certainly not. Sorry about the wind. No one's bothered about what your political beliefs are, what your sexuality is, you know, what your religion you are. No one cares. Everyone comes together as a community.
Hey mate, do us a favour. Will you or one of your friends sell us your jawbone? No? Oh, why? Bloody ignorant.
Sorry, mate. Oh my God, they've just been watching me talking to horses. Because of the wind, I couldn't hear them. The horse whisperer. Yeah, I find the good side of the internet is it brings a good community, everyone gets along. Your experience might be a completely different thing, but that's my experience, guys. Yeah, that's all I can think of for now. The social media the good things totally outweigh the bad things, right? Bring it back when we get out this week. Just cutting through here, folks, while these new houses have been getting built. Look like they're expensive houses, 200 grand plus. Where's everyone getting the money from? I certainly can't afford to move in there. It makes you wonder, you know, you see all these new houses getting built all over the place. Where's everyone getting the money from? Anyway, getting back on track. Another thing that I find really positive through social media is people can send us the video clips either on email, which is blotoutdoors@outlook.com, or you can private message me through Instagram. You send us your little clips and then I put them on the end of these Friday night videos, and I know that puts a smile on a lot of people's faces. Yeah, you get to be part of the Blot Outdoor Show. And I don't think there's another channel on YouTube does it. I'm probably wrong. There must be, mustn't there? I can't be the only one, but I've never noticed anybody else doing it. And that's kind of like my way of saying, come on, join in, be part of the Blot Outdoor Show. Aye, so fantastic. Definitely more positives than negatives when it comes to social media. That's my experience. Yeah, somebody else might be watching this now and thinking, no, I hate social media, it's ruined my life or whatever. Well, I've been very fortunate through it. So another guy coming down here with his dogs and that. Make sure I've got Dennis on the lead, because some people let the big dogs off. Well, that's about it, guys. We're almost at the end of this video. I've loved it. It's been absolutely fantastic, and it's a funny one until I get home and get this video edited. I'm not quite sure if it's going to be a good video or a shit video. Hello, mate. You all right? I'm just talking shy to myself. Yeah, because it is completely different to what I've been doing for the last few Friday night videos. And I was supposed to be getting out and about today, where I would have probably bumped into loads of fans of the channel. Been the opposite today, hasn't it? I'll be back out next week though, guys. I'll be back out mooching around, shaking hands and meeting loads of fans of the Blot Outdoor Show. But I've loved it. It's been great. Out walking with Dennis. Been to a fish and chip shop where I used to go to when I was still at school. The guy in the fish and chip shop still does the old, did you say gravy? Aye, mate, I said gravy. Tremendous. Bumped into young Chris, didn't expect that. See me mate Robbie Bird drive past and shout, right! It's been fantastic. Burned a few calories off, yeah. A little bit exercise. If you've enjoyed it, folks, you know what to do. Give this man Dingo a big thumbs up. Leave a comment, yeah, that really does help the channel. Spread the word about the Blot Outdoor Show. Tell your friends and family to subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed yourself, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. And I don't feel in a bad mood anymore. Can you remember the beginning of the video when I said I'm in a bad mood? Saying that, mind, I've still got to go down and pick the car up in about an hour. And when I get told the bill, that's probably going to put us in a bad mood again. But yeah. Anyway, that's it, guys. Please tune in on Sunday night for another serious stealth camp with the human dorsal fin. You know what I'm talking about, and you know it makes absolute, complete, total sense. Bicycle cakes.
Oh, matron.
You know, it's make total sense, might very nice.